Get ready, At Your Leisure fans. Gina and I are back, and this time we're kicking off the adventure by taking the family out to Bryan Head Resort to play in the snow and have some winter fun. Then, we're getting out of the cold and heading down south to where the red rocks and sand meet a beautiful warm blue lake at Sand Hollow State Park. And finally, we're going to find out why snowmobilers from around the world are flocking to this little town in the middle of the Illinois cornfields. It's all coming your way now. At Your Leisure is next. Hello everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Kevin Mortensen.
And I'm Gina Mortensen.
And as you can see, we're at Bryan Head today, checking out some of the winter activities.
We were here earlier this fall and it was beautiful weather, but now the sun is not shining, but it's an absolutely wintry, wonderful day.
You know why you come here? You come here to go downhill fast.
And drink lots of hot cocoa.
Have lots of hot chocolate. In the summertime we came and hit their
biking trails.
The biking trails. Today we're here to do some snow sports.
I'm excited to see what we're going to be able to do here, so let's find out what there is for an entire family to do up here at Bryan Head.
One of the really fun activities that we offer and is super populated is our snow tubing parks. We have one on both sides of the mountain, the Giant Step side and Navajo side. And like I say, a really popular activity, family activity. Anybody can do it. Little kids, grandmas, grandpas, the moms, dads, anybody can tube. No skill. It's a lot more fun than people think. And the people movers do all the work for you. You just drag your tube, stand on the conveyor, takes you to the top of the mountain, and it's all tubing, no hiking up. Bryan Head Resort, for 55 years now, has offered some of the best skiing in Utah. Obviously that's where we started and where it's our main bread and butter stuff. Skiing and snowboarding, ski racing, snowboard competitions, a fantastic ski winter sports school, ski and snowboard school, and kids program that's renowned throughout the West. We're really high elevation, that's what attributes this really good, high quality Utah snow to. We're really well known as a teaching and learning mountain. The whole Navajo mountain side of the resort is pretty much dedicated to beginners and intermediate skiers. User-friendly terrain, the user-friendly lifts. We do have some fun, more challenging terrain over here at Giant Steps. We're not known for our steepness and radical stuff, but we have over 650 acres. There's something there for everybody.
Well, you can see there's a lot of fun stuff to do out here. This is a really great place to come.
It is, and even though I checked it out on the tubing the first time, I did it a couple times after and I had a lot of fun. So don't be too afraid to do something that you're terrified to do.
That's a great tubing hill. You really need to get down here, get the grandkids down here, get the kids down here, get yourselves down here, get a tubing pass and go check out that hill.
So not everything here is for the experts. Some of them are for me and people that have no idea what to do here. There's people that want to teach you how to get out there and ski and enjoy this snow. So if you haven't ever snowboarded, you've never been on a set of skis, this is still the best place to learn.
They have world-class instructors.
They're phenomenal. You'll love everybody that teaches you. And they go at your pace, a nice slow pace, and then when you're ready, you can hit the slopes.
You know, we learned that when we were going through the rental process. They literally took us from measuring your feet to get the right boots, to get the right size board, and the instructors are the exact same way. They're going to take you out on the hill, and it's going to be, you got nothing to worry about. So we've got Shelby situated. She's all ready to go. The rental people have her with the right boots, the right bindings, and the right board, and we're going to go watch her learn how to snowboard. And while we do that, we're going to send you guys off to this week's Where To down at Sand Hollow State Park.
Does the winter snow have you daydreaming of sunshine and sand? If so, you're not alone. This week, we're heading out of the cold and following our friends at Slick Rock down to beautiful Sand Hollow State Park.
We're out at Sand Hollow with the Slick Rock crew. I've been having a blast.
Sand Hollow is really cool because you've got a ton of rock crawling stuff, which is similar to like Moab. And then you've got sand dunes, which they're completely contrasting. So two totally different types of riding right in the same area. And then you've got the beach right there, so you can go down and hang out at the beach with your family, swim, jet ski, boat, do all that stuff.
With over 15,000 acres of sand dunes, beautiful red rock, and miles of trails to suit all types of OHVs and four-wheel drives, this park is a haven for off-roaders. And today, we're starting with the Maze, which has become a must-do trail for adventure junkies and daredevil off-roaders.
Yeah, first time in the Maze. I've driven by it and seen it, but they're pretty big obstacles, so I never wanted to do it myself, but we're with a group that's done a ton of rock crawling. So I figure if anybody can spot me the right way, it's these guys, so I gave it a go, and luckily we got up it today.
This is my wife, the maiden voyage from Machine. It had 19 miles on it when we brought it down here, and she's gonna do this obstacle.
We'll see.
Have you done this before?
No,
What are you thinking?
because it's a little bit steep.
Just thinking, just hold the steering wheel, push the
There
gas.
you go. I might be nuts today.
Done this one time. That was enough, but we might have to do it again today. Just got done with You Gotta Be Nuts, and it was awesome, went well. It's one of those obstacles that you're kind of committed to once you start. So it was a lot of fun. We had a few people that made it up, and everybody that tried it made it. We just got done with the maze. It was awesome. There's some hairy obstacles on that trail, but we had a great time. Everybody got through it. No carnage, nobody broke anything. We had a great time. And now we're going to Plan B. Plan B is an awesome trail.
Plan B is a trail that has a little bit of everything with rocks, sand, some challenging parts, and those beautiful Sand Hollow views.
It's a fun trail. It's got a lot of obstacles. It's rated a 7 or 8, so there's some really good obstacles. It does have bypasses on some of the more difficult obstacles, so if you want to go around them, you can. But this is an awesome trail. If you want to come out here and get technical, Plan B is a good one. It's not a far drive to get out here. It's pretty easy to get out here and easy to find it. It's a beautiful day down here. It's November. Southern Utah, it doesn't get better than this. The red rocks, the sand. I had an awesome time. We're out here in the middle of nowhere, driving some trails that honestly, these things they're awesome. They give you enough of a challenge that you need to know what you're doing.
So if you've been itching to get outside and get in your rig, then it's time for a trip to Sand Hollow State Park. For At Your Leisure, I'm Joe Davis.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
Hi, my name is Spencer Cox. I'm the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Utah, and I'm the new spokesperson for Ride On. Ride On is a unique partnership between all the land managing agencies in the state of Utah to maintain trails, to advocate safety, to advocate wise stewardship amongst all of us who use these trails. And I'm doing it because trails matter to me. This is important for my children. I want them to be safe, and I want them to be stewards of the trail. If you would like more information, go to ohv.utah.gov.
Fly higher. Go further. do more. Pursue your passion with Polaris, the world leader in off-road. Live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or get more done with a hard-working Ranger. Enjoy savings up to $3,500 during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
She usually sits out a bike trip, but for some quirky reason, she decided to come along this time. It must have been that perfect fall weather.
When we first started up the canyon, Ida spent time looking at the rugged peaks. Then, as we started through the curves, the rhythm of the bike was like the two of us doing the samba.
When we got to the summit and looked at the world below us, she let out a little gasp and whispered, "Beautiful." Then she gave me that look, that one that reminds you how close we really are. This was turning into that trip of a lifetime.
This week's What's New segment is brought to you by Tunex. Winter is here. Tires, brakes, heater and defrost systems, we do it all.
Hi, I'm Brian with Tread Lightly, and I'm here at the Natural History Museum of Utah to talk to a paleontologist, Randy, who's going to tell us all about the importance of respect and protect when we're out recreating on Utah's public lands. How you doing, Randy?
Doing great. Thanks for coming.
So just any quick tips from a professional level and personal level about why we should look after these incredible resources that we have here in Utah?
Yeah, so cultural and scientific resources on public lands are protected by law, and that means things like archaeological artifacts, fossils, things like that, and they're protected to preserve them for all citizens. So they're sort of belong to all of us, and we should all take care of them sort of for the collective good.
Wonderful. And it's always great so we can experience these things, so that we can see the past into the future for future generations to enjoy them as well. So we've got some lovely fossils and things around here. Do you have any stories that might be able to hit it home for people?
Yeah, definitely. A few years back, a member of the public was hiking around in Red Rock country and came across some fossil bones embedded in rock. And they took photos, took notes on the location, and reported it to us here at the museum. And we were able to go out and check out that fossil and collect it to preserve it for all members of the public here at the museum. And it turned out to be a new species of dinosaur called Ceatod rusi, and that's on display in the museum here right behind me. So if you're out and you discover something cool, take some notes, take some photos, a GPS point, and don't be afraid to report it to your local museum or land agency. And who knows, you might see it on display here at the museum.
Now, it's important when you're out enjoying the outdoors that you always do your best to tread lightly and help keep access open for everyone. Make sure to follow the tread principles. Travel responsibly, respect the rights of others, educate yourself, avoid sensitive areas, and do your part. So what do I mean when I say avoid sensitive areas? There are many different types of sensitive areas, both natural, historical, and archaeological. It's important to not disturb historical, archaeological, or paleontological sites. Always leave artifacts alone. Don't add to rock art. Treat ruins and important sites with respect. And never climb on them or endanger them. Keep your pets leashed near important or protected sites. When camping and eating, make sure to keep a good distance from these important places. Paleontological resources help us tell the incredible story of our natural history. Always leave these resources as you found them. Report any looting or vandalism you may see to the proper authorities. It's up to us to keep these incredible one-of-a-kind sites around for future generations to study, learn from, and enjoy. So remember, see the past into the future. Staying on designated routes helps you avoid other sensitive habitats. Other sensitive areas include wildlife habitats and also cryptobiotic soils of the desert or tundra. Always avoid spooking livestock and wildlife you may encounter and keep your distance. And remember that motorized and mechanized vehicles are not allowed in designated wilderness areas. No matter what you're doing in the great outdoors, minimize damaging trees and terrain, following restrictions, and staying on designated routes.
I'm Randy, I'm a paleontologist, and I hike, I camp, and I tread lightly.
The story keeps us hanging from the end. So we'll keep on starting the fires, thinking we'll smoke out the liars. We don't give up when we're tired. That isn't the way that I'm wired.
We go on vacation, I never ask, are we there yet? Because my daddy makes sure each stop we make is at Eagle's Landing. They have such cool things for kids, like a petting zoo. They have the cleanest bathrooms on Earth, and Daddy doesn't freak out pulling up to the pumps, because they're really big and he says it's the best gas in the world. And you can get your tire fixed, like we had to. Oh, and their food is so yummy. Eagle's Landing is so much fun, I don't care if we ever get there.
Hi, I'm Nolan Stedman.
And I'm Bruce Stedman.
We've been selling motorcycles like this since 1960.
Motorcycling has been part of our family forever.
We love riding and enjoying the outdoors, everything that Utah has to offer.
Riding motorcycles, snowmobiles, ATVs, and now side-by-sides. That's what we do, it's who we are.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. We've been proudly serving Utah's families for over 50 years.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out there, but remember, it's only 30 back.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We've come in from the cold and we're here at the Last Chair Saloon.
Boy, this is kind of a cool place to get out of the cold.
Yes, it is definitely nice to be warm.
You look around, the ambiance here just fits the mountain.
It does. It's really fun, and I'm excited to see what they have on the menu.
You know, we were here in the summertime and we had some of their Kansas City barbecue.
Best ribs ever.
That really were the best ribs I've ever had. It's not taking away anything from the other ribs I've eaten, but they really were probably the best ribs I've ever had.
I'm excited to eat.
The thing I remember was the smell, and that smell is here.
It is, and I'm really, really excited to eat. But while we're eating, why don't you guys go meet all the people that make the magic happen on this mountain?
There's a reason why I keep coming back to Brian Head season after season after season. And I mean, I can speak on just the relationships that we build with customers. It's once again like pretty rewarding in itself, being able to share that with them, being able to share a life-changing experience. Sometimes kids use skiing as a way to express themselves or use snowboarding as a way to express themselves, and it's pretty cool being able to share that with them. I love it because the environment that we surround ourselves with, the people that we work with, it's a motivated team, inspiring team, and then they just want to help out the customer.
Very low-key compared to a lot of them. Some of them can be really spread out, and you have lots of different places to visit in each area. This one, it's more centrally located. You know everybody that's on the mountain. Yeah, I just love the feel of this place. I think everybody should go tubing, because every day that my husband and I are up here on a date day, we end it with about like a half an hour of tubing, and you just giggle like little kids again.
Well, we hope you're enjoying coming along with us today at Brian Head Ski Resort. As you can see, it takes a lot of work to make this happen. They said as many as 500 employees.
Almost 500 employees. That's incredible because, like you said, it's like a small town.
You know, it's kind of cool. We got the racers behind us in the slalom course.
Yes.
We got some snowboarding going on over here. Well, we got a lot more things we're going to go see today. So while we go check them out, we're going to send you guys off to this week's Along the Way.
What would a snowmobile mecca look like? How about Hopedale, Illinois, a farm town located between Peoria and Springfield, population 800. Now, it looks pretty much like any other Midwest farming town, but it is in this old refurbished general store that we hold the secret of snowmobile history. Hopedale is the home of the Willis International Snowmobile Museum, arguably the biggest museum collection anywhere in the nation. The Willis collection has over 400 machines with around 150 of them on display at any time. The amazing thing is that the entire collection is the efforts of just 2 generations of Willises. It has become a tradition that has been handed up from one generation to the next.
I work construction, and I hated winter, you know. And
some guy give Danny a sled, and he got it running and got to riding it, and it went from there. One thing led to another one, and then we found another sled, and it was better, and they were everywhere.
Yeah, Sunday afternoon, just kind of drive around these small towns and look in people's backyards, and you know, at that time people would give them away a lot of times.
When they aren't sled hunting, they can be found in the shop fixing up the next batch of sleds or adding to the museum for some more display space. As much as you think you know about classic sleds when you enter, you know a lot more after you leave. For example, in the early days there was no consensus on what a sled should look like. Carl Eliasson thought a snowmobile should be a toboggan. Still others looked like a Cushman or a boat or a mini bike, and this guy thought his snowmobile should be like a car. In fact, some of them actually were cars.
Our oldest sled is a 1923 Model T snowmobile conversion. It was not a factory, it's a kit. Doctors and mailmen used them in the winter times up north.
In the early days, there were lots of good ideas. Front engines, rear engines, and mid-engines, lawnmower engines, motorcycle engines, boat motors, and this one had a rotary engine. Sleds had 2 skis, 1 ski, and this one had no skis at all. There were skinny tracks, fat tracks, and twin tracks. Tracks in the back and tracks in the front. Then there's the Scorpion, a machine that was 2 sleds in one.
It's got 2 CCW engines side by side, 2 tracks, 2 throttles, 2 brakes. You throttle one side and brake the other side, and you can be going back the other way just in a jiffy.
It is surprising to see how many familiar names were in the snowmobile business in the day. Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki, even Harley-Davidson. Johnson, Evinrude, Mercury, Sears sold sleds, and so did Montgomery Ward. Even the tractor builders got in on the action. Some names seem to resonate better than others. There were all kinds of skis: snow ski, moto ski, ski whiz, auto ski, and ski star. Some were named after occupations like Viking, Raider, Traveler, or how about this one, the Snow King? My favorite is a guy that just called his sled the Lil Andy. The overwhelming choice in naming a sled usually had an animal in it: husky, mallard, grizzly, caribou, snow pony. There are Arctic cats, wildcats, ski cats, fox tracks, and of course, Hugh Hefner's favorite, the Snow Bunny. All likely names except for the Scorpion and the Boa ski. The Willises admit they don't have a good exit strategy. They're always on the hunt for more.
I don't think you ever have enough. It's a disease. You're always looking for something different, one you don't have. Now, we don't really look for just a run-of-the-mill sled, but if we find something that's unique or different, why, yeah, we'd be interested.
The museum is open year-round, but you'll have to let them know you're coming. Their Facebook page is @Willis_Snow_Museum. For At Your Leisure, I'm Chad Booth, somewhere along the way in central Illinois.
That Ski-Doo feeling presents the ultimate freedom. Introducing the 2020 Ski-Doo Deep Snow Sleds. The Ski-Doo sales event is on now. Visit your local dealer for details.
Hey, you don't have to miss 1 second of adventure. Follow At Your Leisure on YouTube to watch full episodes or your favorite stories from the show. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of At Your Leisure's adventures.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. If you can see right behind us, we have the New Year's Rail Jam happening here at Bryan Head Resort.
Guys with a lot of guts, the kids want to get out here and show what they can do. Kind of like a mini X Games.
It's fun, and I'm excited to see what they can do. I'm not ever going to do it.
Yeah, we're going to turn around and watch these guys race and become the next X Game champ. That's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah.
And we're going to send you guys off to see who this week's lucky sticker winner is. This week's contest winner was submitted to us on Facebook by Patty Morris. Congratulations, Patty. It looks like you're the lucky winner of a $400 gift certificate to RyFab. RyFab offers the best custom metal fabrication for your rig. Visit ryfab.com for more details. And it looks like you're also going to win a bonus $100 gas and gift card from our friends at Eagles Landing, which is the best place to get that real gasoline, Clear 91. Be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize. Now let's take a look at our calendar of events. First up, don't forget about the Winter 4x4 Jamboree happening January 16th through the 18th in Hurricane. Come get out of the snow and enjoy a fun day out on the trail at beautiful Sand Hollow State Park. Then, January 17th through the 19th is the 22nd Annual Bluff Balloon Festival. Come join us and watch the hot air balloons color the skies above the red rocks of Bluff, Utah. Finally, January 31st at the Palms Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada is the 5th Annual Eagles Landing Veterans Charity Golf Tournament. This is a great event to come out and meet some new people while supporting a good cause. So come down to Mesquite and join us. Now, let's take a look at next week's show. Next week, Chad is heading out to the Beaver Fairgrounds to meet a multi-generational family of rodeo champions. Then we're headed up to Park City to visit the Torchlight Parade at Deer Valley Ski Resort for a truly magical evening filled with a light show, hot cocoa, and the taste of Europe. Finally, Reese Stein is back as he takes us out to a lush oasis getaway with a unique history that's tucked away in the hot, dry Las Vegas desert. Well, as always, next week's show looks fantastic.
As always.
Yeah.
But this is kind of awesome too.
Look at these guys behind us. This is pretty cool.
Yes. Oh, huge shout out to George's Ski Shop and Lodging for our accommodations last night. They're phenomenal.
Yeah, they do a great job here. Everything is just done top notch, high quality, first class. Anything, all the adjectives you can come up with really fit the Bryan Head Ski Resort. And we really appreciate the people who work here for giving us a great day today.
They've really catered to us, and we appreciate it. They'll cater to anyone, pro, beginner, scaredy cat, experts. They'll take care of you.
Unfortunately, we're out of time for today's show. We want to remind you that there's adventure around every bend.
You just have to get out there and find it yourself.
At your leisure.